Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday to you. I trust you had a beautiful, restful weekend and are ready to step into this first full week of February. How has things been going for you? This is us with our usual Monday check-in and our Mindset Mastery session. So before we get into pulling cards to kind of really help us embrace and embody the amazing energies that we're in, there's so much positive things we can actually really focus on as we really tap into this idea of mindset mastery. You're the boss of you. And talking about you being the boss of you, this is the flavor that I like to really feel into to help you really get in touch with that inner wisdom is to follow the phases of the moon. So this week's lunar influence is going to be provided to us by the first quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Taurus. So with this first quarter phases of the moon, this is when we do start to take action. Last week we were in the new moon energy, and so that was more about contemplating and really being introspective and really looking at what do you wish to plant seeds for, to start working on, to start moving towards. Well, this is now the time to start moving, to start taking action steps. And it really is so important to really not judge yourself on the size of the step. The thing is that I said this a number of times last week in various conversations, is slow progress means permanent progress. So even if you take tiny, tiny baby steps in the direction of your big, audacious, auspicious goals or intentions, then that's great. You are on track. So with this energy of the Taurus energy, though, this is really encouraging us to look at our financial well-being. This phase is kind of asking us to set goals, to really feel into and be practical on what do you need to feel grounded and stable and secure with your prosperity, with your direction. So this could be a time to really look at maybe your budget and your spending habits, and maybe making wee shifts and changes, and maybe setting goals that help you align with your own true calling. Is this time to start looking at how do you earn your income, and is it lighting you up? Now, with it being Taurus, though, it's very, very important to make sure that you don't jump into something impulsively. You know what I've said to you before, my favorite question is, how do I feel about myself here? Well, when we do that, and we can still use that to assess and move forward, but then it needs to be grounded in practicality. So how do I feel about myself here? Well, maybe I feel like I just want to run away from it, or I want to get rid of something or release something. Then look at, okay, that's advising me of something. Now, what is the most practical, most grounded, most long-reaching outcome way forward, if that makes sense? As always, if I say anything that kind of triggers you or confuses you, or you need a wee bit more guidance or support on any of these ideas, just put it in the comments below or message me directly, because this is what I'm saying to you about the mindset mastery, is that we can feel into and pay attention to the vibe of the phases of the moon. Of course, each time we go through one of the phases of the moon, it's being influenced by a different astrological sign, and so there is ups and downs and flows and twists and turns in our journey forward. And of course, we're always in the right place at the right time. So just take a nice deep breath, feel into that. Can you honor that within you? Okay, another deep breath. I've just been shuffling. The first deck I use for our sessions here is my Letting Go guidance system. So in order to be in alignment with that, taking action from the first quarter phase of the moon and really taking care of your financial well-being, your fiscal well-being, your sense of prosperity, sense of well-being. Actually, talking about that too, because the other vibe of all this is self-care. because it's all good to have a good solid sense of your financial well-being, your sense of prosperity. But in order to do whatever you need to do, we need to first fill our cup. And so, is there tweaks that you need to make to your own sacred self-care? And so here's the card that I pulled for the letting go component. What we want to focus on letting go of this week is allowing the opinions of others to change you. That one can be quite sneaky. Do you find yourself sometimes saying, oh, I can't do that because so-and-so won't like it, or they will like it, so I have to do this. So it's really important to come back to your own inner authority. Such an important part. And riding the waves and checking in with the energy of the moon phase is a really good way of doing it, because it really allows you to, park all of the opinions of others. Because you know what? The truth is, everybody's going to have opinion. We can't avoid that, but that's their concern. Somebody else's opinion of you is actually not your business, it's theirs. And so release the propensity to do any kind of shoulds, and I'm putting quotation marks on that, based on what somebody else says about you, to you, or what you think other people think about you. So it's a really important piece to just really come into grounded listening to your own wisdom. And perfect. The card that's come up from the tarot is the King of Wands. I love that because, so here I'm saying about taking action. Kings are very much about action because that's the masculine energy. But the King of Wands, he wouldn't get caught up on other people's opinions. He knows what his guiding principle is, what his way forward is. And so that's actually a really important energy for you to tap into. Can you how we all have masculine and feminine within us? We all have that sovereign nature of a king and a queen within us. So as we immerse ourselves in this action-taking week, can you make sure that you're really lighting your own fire, that you're actually following your own best way forward? And like I say, if you need any clarification or further guidance on these ideas, just let me know. Because these sessions that I do for you, with you, are intended to really wake up that which is in you that is your best way, your flavor, your unique way. And that's the idea here. So are you listening? Are you listening? Are my words landing on fertile ground so that you can kind of go, oh, I know what to do. I can take these steps. I can go forward this way. Things like that. Okay, so moving on. The next deck of cards that I use is the Intuitive Whispers Oracle, because that's what I said. We're waking that whisper up, maybe turning up the volume of that whisper. I've said this before. Anytime we're looking for an answer, that answer is already in existence and it's starting to look for us. And so sometimes that action step could be you write down the question or you write down the goal and you say, now I'm going to open up to recognizing and trusting that I will recognize it when it shows up. That's how come I like using these Intuitive Whispers cards with our sessions here. So, this is perfect. The first one is to release old patterns. How you've done things can actually stop as of right now if you choose to release them. Say, those patterns, those ways, those systems don't suit me now. And this is, like I said, we're looking at the long range with this action step. Long range security and safety and groundedness and looking after our own self first and foremost. So this next one is trust the call. I love that. Trust is a really big thing too. Just because you cannot see the action step or the outcome or the answer, just because you can't see it, it's so important to come in and elevate your own sense of trust within you. If you're asking yourself a question, should I do this? Could I do that? And then you got this inner dialogue saying, well, I don't know. Oh my gosh, maybe I'll make the wrong choice. No, take a deep breath and say, I trust that the perfect opportunity or it will land and I will recognize, yep, that's the one. And so this is really about exercising your own inner wisdom muscle, your intuitive muscle. Oh, and then talking about exercise, this one is beautiful. It's move your body to move your emotion. So I said that with this first quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Taurus, we've got to make sure that we feel our feelings, but then we take action steps based upon what is the best way, not just jump at a knee-jerk reaction because of an emotion. And so as emotions come up, we want to breathe through them, we want to honor them, we want to feel them for sure. But this one's saying move your body to move your emotion. Feel into that. See how that feels for you. Because moving your body to move your emotions could be as simple as rolling your shoulders back, opening your heart, taking some deep breaths and allowing it to flow through you. Trust that makes sense. Like I say, let me know if you need any further resources or clarification or inspiration or support. I am here for you. So now I'm just about ready to wrap up this session and send you off into this beautiful, auspicious week ahead. I'm going to wrap the session up by pulling one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth Oracle cards here. So again, nice deep breath. Let's see which one comes up to seal this session for this week. Beautiful, beautiful. It is, I am heart-led. Do you listen to your own heart? Do you walk forward to the rhythm of your heart? The beat of your heart is actually your own inner guidance. And when we do that, we can actually release the propensity to get caught up in other people's opinions. So that's actually like the beautiful way to bookend the wisdom of this session. But let me read this out to you. Following my heart is essential to unlocking my deepest desires and living a life that's fully aligned with who I am. When I am tapped into my heart and make decisions from this space, my life feels in flow. That gave me shivers. That's just perfect. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. And like I say, let me know if you need any further support. Have a great week. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye.